Good morning, everyone. This video is being brought to you by me around 5:30 in the morning. I am not going to be in at school today. I am going to be home with a sick child. So I just want to give you guys a quick video for Rome and go through some of the details that hopefully you're going to be getting as you go through the day today. So I'm going to start off with two brothers. Their names are Romulus and Remus. As the story goes, these guys were the son of the Roman god Mars. The idea behind the two is they were detached, I guess, from their mother, in which they went to go live by themselves. They were isolated, moving out of the house, whatever you want to call it. Romulus gets mad or upset with Remus and decides to kill him. In doing so, Remus is gone. Romulus is there. He establishes Rome and names it after himself. But now you got to populate it. You need people that are going to be coming into Rome as well. So that's where the settling happens. Romulus basically invites everybody who wants to come into Rome. He sends the invite out to slaves. He sends the invite out to just regular nomadic people that are wandering around. Says, hey, come please live in my new civilization. And people do. He gets a lot of farmers there. He gets ex-freed slaves from the Grecian Empire there and from all over Southern Europe. They come and live in Rome. It's great. But they don't have any females. And if you're going to grow a population or just survive in a population anyway, you got to have some ladies around. So Romulus gets this great idea, and he issues an invitation to all the nomadic people, all the tribes that are just to the north of where Rome is at. He says, hey, why don't you guys come on down? We're going to have a party. We're going to get everybody together, have a little festival, maybe a cookout, whatever. And all these other tribal people came to the party, and then he just stole their women. Not cool on his part, and not surprisingly, he starts a war as well. The king, I forgot his name, started with a T, not that important. Obviously, he's going to go to war against Romulus, and does. Romulus doesn't really want to have this big, devastating war because he's just getting started as his empire. Like, that's not really his thing. So what he decides to do instead is he goes to this king who's trying to fight him and says, hey, man, would you like to join me as one of the kings of Rome? You can have your own territory. You can have your own, make your own rules, make your own laws. I give you some land. I give you some money. And you just live life like that. And the king's like, yeah, that sounds good to me. Let's do that. So Rome goes from being basically a monarchy or a dictatorship, I guess, under Romulus to now being what's called an oligarchy. It's having more than one king. It's going to rule more than one thing. Now, this is just going to grow and grow and grow. It's going to get bigger and bigger. You're going to read a lot of stuff in the textbook about 7 different kings. You're going to read about 2 groups called the Patricians and the Etruscans. These 2 groups of kings are going to kind of lead. They're going to make their own rules. The Etruscans were mostly in the north of Rome. The Patricians were more in the south. They were making their own rules, their own guidelines for living, I guess. So what really happened? I mean, that the Romulus-Remus stuff, that's a little bit of Roman goddess history stuff. I mean, the founders of Rome weren't really brothers. They weren't really descendants of the Roman god Mars. That's probably not accurate. What is accurate is that there were Etruscan kings, there were Patrician kings, and after the last Etruscan king died, Rome does form a republic somewhere around 500 BCE, something like that there. So what do we really know about Rome and how it got started? Not a lot. It can be assumed these people probably came from Greece, even though we can't confirm that. It makes sense when you look at the map, you look at where Rome is at, you look at where Greece is at. It does make sense they would have come across the first settlers into Rome. The first big population boom they had happens during the Peloponnesian Wars, and it happens during the Greco-Persian War, when Persia tried to come over and they tried to attack into Athens and Sparta and all that stuff. Obviously, if your country's under attack all the time, the logical thing for a lot of people to do is to get out of there. They do. They leave. This is all happening about maybe 200 years before Alexander the Great, something like that. There is going to be some crossover. So what begins to happen, I guess, for Rome is that these different kings, they kind of just set up kingdoms wherever they can. They start establishing their own dominance, whatever, and they're living independently. But all these kingdoms, they send representatives into Rome, and this is where the republic part of it comes in. These representatives are elected by the people in which they serve. They go down there, they make laws that are going to govern kind of the entire kingdom. So imagine Hammurabi, how he took his law codes and they applied to everybody. It's the same concept, only now these law codes are actually being made by the people. People are voting on the people who are going to make their laws. It's the exact same type of government system that we have in the United States today. Rome was just doing it 2,500 years ago. So it's been around for a long time. With the death of the last Etruscan king, Rome enters into a full-on republic, so around 500 BCE. This is also the time that Rome's population is really going to start to ramp up because of the Peloponnesian War, because of the Greco-Persian War, and later because of the fall of Alexander the Great's empire, people are going to start moving into Rome. They're going to have a lot to offer. By the time Alexander the Great dies around 320 BCE, Rome is established as a major city. They've got laws. They've actually got sewers. They've got plumbing. They've got infrastructure. They've got roads. The Silk Road, which had run just through Greece, is now going all the way into Rome. So there's extensive trade coming out of Rome that goes all the way into China. They are not monotheistic yet. They are still polytheistic, but they've actually dwindled their god count down to about 3 different gods at this point. So they are slowly progressing towards monotheism. When the empire starts expanding and they take over Israel, Egypt, that's when you're going to see monotheism creep in, and then eventually Christianity, which we're going to talk about in about 2 class periods. So I hope I covered everything for you. I hope you're getting some information. I wish I was there today. Believe me, it's going to be an awful day for me just sitting here with a sick girl of 102 degree temperature, but it is what it is. So enjoy class today. I will see you guys on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever you happen to be viewing this video. If you have any questions, I know Ember's going to help you out. She's going to know everything that's going on as well. Also, don't hesitate to look at some of the stuff we put on YouTube. Look at some of the notes we got, or shoot me an email if you need to. All right, I will see you guys on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever I see you next. Have a good day.